Hey, how's it going, guys, and welcome back. So today I have a bit of a different type of Monster Tamer showcase, and that's that we're not actually talking about a video game, we're talking about a tabletop RPG. Now, I'm just going to get this out there before we go any further. With regards to tabletop RPGs, I am not experienced in that sort of realm of gaming, if you will. I'm not a person who's played Dungeons and Dragons, though I honestly wish I had cooler friends that would with me. But a tabletop RPG is essentially like that. It's a game that it's an analog game. It's not a video game. So if anyone was wondering if this is a video game, it's not. That being said, this tabletop RPG definitely caught my attention, and I have spoken to Zach, the developer of it, and I mean just looking at this game's art style and the intricacy behind what exactly has been put into this game, it's definitely really interesting. So what I wanted to do, now this is the document that I had sent to me. This is a 136-page document. There's no way we're going to be able to read everything, but I sort of wanted to give credence to the various aspects of the game and sort of how it works and whatnot. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to go through the synopsis, and then we're going to quickly scroll through some of the different characters, mechanics, etc. And we're just going to have a funnel, unscripted time. So Animon Story, a game about kids and their monster friends evolving to overcome adversary. All right, so we got the contents. Okay, welcome to Animon Story. So this is going to be your basic synopsis of the game. These are stories about kids and monsters becoming friends and evolving to overcome adversity. I said adversary earlier. These are stories about desperate yet kindred spirits coming together and forming unbreakable bonds. Building and sustaining these bonds is not always an easy task, but those who do will learn a lot about themselves and their friends, and most of all, they'll learn how truly powerful these bonds of friendship can be. Your very own Animon Story is about to begin. Okay, here we go. What is Animon Story? Animon Story is a tabletop role-playing game inspired by classic Kid and Monster, or Mon's media, Mon games basically. Monster taming, if you will. Especially 90s anime and video games such as Digimon and Pokemon. You might also be familiar with series like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Yokai Watch, Bakugan. I haven't heard about Bakugan in a while. That was a little bit after my time. Beyblade I definitely have. And I guess Beyblade is sort of a monster tamer. I didn't even think about that. And Monster Rancher, all of which involve kids teaming up with fantastical monsters in one way or another. Often this involves using monsters in battle to fight opponents. In Animon Story, you'll take the role of a kid who can team up with one of their own monster buddies called Animon, and together you'll go on adventures, solve problems, grow as friend, and maybe even save the world. Being a tabletop role-playing game, you'll do this through the medium of conversation with the other players, sometimes rolling a dice, and oftentimes taking notes about the shared story you're telling as a group. The kids in these stories are commonly fit into an archetype character, similar to the sort of characters you'll often find in the genre. The monsters can vary a lot within the genre, and it's encouraged for each group to decide together how exactly the monsters fit into their stories, but there are rules in which Animon always abide. Animon partners are sentient, intelligent monsters that can speak human languages. When Animon build a strong bond of friendship with a kid partner, they will grow in strength and eventually gain the ability to evolve into more powerful but temporary new forms. Animon from another world or worlds to our own. This could be cyberspace, a fairy, otherworld, etc. They can. So they can come from another world. Okay, so you get to decide. They are from another world, and you have to decide which other world that is. Okay. What you'll need to play Animon Story, and by the way, if you do want to play this game, I'm going to leave the Twitter page of the developer linked in the description. I don't have a link to the direct download with me, so I will leave their Twitter page where you can definitely check that out. If the developer is watching, you can feel free to link it in the comments as well. But yeah, so I'll link his Twitter page in the description. You guys could check that out. And basically how it works is you can print this. The only issue I see right now, and this isn't with the game itself, it's just with the circumstances around the world. Given that this is a tabletop RPG, unless you're Skyping, it's going to be very hard to sort of be able to play together. So that's the only thing I could see there being issues with, right? I mean, when COVID's over, if we ever have like a MonCon or something, I don't know, maybe we could maybe we could play this game for a bit, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, dice. The game everybody just sits around and starts playing tabletop RPGs. in the in-person MonCon. Anyways, this game uses standard 6-sided dice. If you don't have many, you can buy some from a game store or get them online. Otherwise, okay, so we know how to get dice. Pens and pencils and notepaper, so you're gonna need that. You need character sheets. Character sheets are here. So these are the character sheets. You can print them out as many times as you'd like. It's recommended that you download and print character sheets. Okay. Character sheets are and other supplementary materials can be downloaded at animonstory.com. So you have all the resources you need. The core mechanic, this game's played through conversation between everyone in the group. One person takes the role of game master, while the others are players. The game master acts as the main narrator. We see this in Dungeons & Dragons as well. While each player makes up their own character as a kid and their Animon and companion. Each player or character sheet will have like important information, etc. Tests. When a PC attempts a player character, okay. When a PC attempts to ask a significant chance of failure, they're attempting a test. The player rolls a dice and to determine whether or not their character has passed or failed said test. This game uses multiple 6-sided dice in order to D6s. I guess that just means 6-sided dice. And all rolls to resolve a test. And then you got a few options with that. You got setback and boost. So these are just basic rules behind the game. I don't want to spend too much time going on like teaching you guys how to play. If you are interested, I'm sure you guys will be reading up on that stuff yourself. Now we got some of the kid characters. Okay, so you can create your character. You choose a kid type, record the type feature, choose an icon, a talent, a flaw, a desire, choose some stuff. Determine relationships, choose traits, stamina, bonds, virtue, and name. So the kid type. So there's a bunch of different kid types. To really briefly summarize all this stuff, every kid will have their own strengths and weaknesses, and their own personalities, and you kind of get to determine who you want to be based off of that. So the first one is the bookworm. This is a character that's obviously has a high amount of intelligence. And their flaw is they have lots of allergies, they can't see without glasses, terribly shy. So it's your typical sort of nerd, right? It's your nerd character. You got the computer wizard, who's kind of like that, but with computers. So, you got your typical like book nerds, as one may call them. Well, this is your computer geek. This is your delinquent. So let me guess, he's stupid. Yeah, he's stupid, but yeah, he's just dumb. His talent is boxing, his roguish charm, intimidating, tough as nails, pickpocketing. So he's basically like a tough guy that's not very smart. You got the free spirit, who's this is a musical character. You have the gamer. You have the gentle heart. You have the jock. This guy's a jock. I can knock him out. Okay, anyway. You got the little kid, because lollies have to be a thing in every game. You got the loner. You got the rising star. You got the there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on. All right. So the Animon. So creating Animon and characters. Animon are amazing beings from another world that is tied to ours. They typically take the form of small creatures, though they are intelligent and can speak and understand the languages of their partner. When they grow, especially through a bond with the kid, they can evolve into a larger, more powerful forms. There are 5 stages of evolution. There's fledgling, basic, super, ultra, and giga. And they'll sit at the basic stage. So it's like Digimon. Very similar. This guy's kind of cool. So you get to choose a classification. You have dragon, beast, avian, insect, plant, and aquatic. Celestial, infernal, machine, fairy, nightmare, unknown. Unknown, I could see Ditto sort of fitting into that. Something like Ditto. You get to choose an element. You got a sort of type chart here. So you got, fire, water, nature, earth, wind, electric, light, dark, and mirage, which mirage is an interesting type. And each of them work in circles. It's almost similar to the Kindred Fates type chart, with the exception of how light, dark, and mirage work. So you get to choose your nature. You have balanced, cautious, headstrong, studious, obedient, friendly, lonely, eager, joyful. Again, Pokemon has nature, so that'll sort of play into that, I'm assuming. So their unique personalities is represented by an Animon's nature, which is both a positive and negative side. So very similar to how it works in Pokemon. The concept, obviously, it's different. It's an RPG that's tabletop instead of an RPG that's a video game, but you get my point. So you got stats. You got power, heart, brains, and agility. Obviously, you got HP, damage, dodge, and initiative. So HP is your hit points, damage represents how much damage you do, dodging is how well you can evade attacks. Initiative is how quickly you're able to react to danger. So this is sort of like speed, kinda? I'm curious to see how it's going to differentiate itself. Okay. Create a signature attack. So all of your guys get a limit break, essentially. So every Animon has a basic stage or higher. Every Animon at a basic stage or higher gets a signature attack that's unique to them. This takes the form of a special move with its own name, element, and effect. Signature attacks have to also have a rank, which is the number of dice added to a pool that the signature attack is being used. A new signature attack starts at rank 1. Okay, so here's a few attacks. Heavy Strike, Sure Strike, Quick Strike, Poison Strike, Stunning Strike, Misdirect, Sap, Block Break, Power Transfer, Energy Drain, Multi-Element, Multi-Hit, Explosive, Efficient. Again, I'd love to explain all of these, but we'll be here for years, all right? The video, we're already like 12 minutes in almost, and I'm not even halfway through. So I don't think the video is going to end up being 20 minutes, but it might. Choose a quality. Qualities describe the features of an Animon's physiology, personality, or abilities that help in one way or another. In the story, whenever a quality would help your Animon do something, you add a number of dice equal to the rank of that quality to your dice pool for any test you have to attempt. Sometimes just having a quality is enough to change the outcome of a situation without even rolling. Excuse me. When creating your Animon character, give them a single rank 1 quality at the basic stage. You should make up your own qualities alongside with your GM. Here's a short list of examples. So you got Force Field, Rocket Launcher, Healing Touch, Danger. Okay, so you can also make up your own. So I can imagine one. I don't see it here, but I can imagine one with like poison tipped, right? So you can hit someone and they get a little bit of poison each time or something. Stuff like that. Animon could also. My Animon should have multiple qualities. Sometimes player might have difficulty picking just one of their Animon. Okay, for example, blah, blah, blah. As they earn XP, they can gain new qualities. Okay, so you can have more than one. You get to choose a name and then a fledgling stage. Evolution. Animon Evolution. So again, the evolution mechanic is similar to that of Digimon. You got your baby stage. You got your basic stage, which is sort of like your rookie stage. Then you can evolve into these forms, which you end up after whatever sequence you end up going back, like Digimon or like Mega Evolution. Devolution is a thing too. So Animon can willingly return to a lower stage at any time. They may be forced to devolve if reduced to 0 HP, or if they otherwise become too hungry or tired to maintain a higher state. These things can occur during a story if GM decides there is a reason. After an Animon has reached a new stage for the first time, they must devolve back into the fledgling stage to rest before they can go back to their basics. So basically, each time you reach a new stage, there's a repercussion for that. The art's really nice, and the art's very nice. Damage and evolution. Sometimes Animon will evolve or devolve after taking damage. When this happens, the amount of damage they've taken is subtracted from the new stage's maximum HP, with the exception being if the Animon's first time reaching that stage as described earlier. Okay. Creating evolved Animon, so you can create them. You create their classification element, determine their stats, new HP, damage, dodge, and initiative. So, and then they have some calculations for exactly what the multiplier should be to obviously keep things balanced. So playing the game. So you have someone that'll tell the story, you got the conversation. I am going to skim over this because, like I said, this is more stuff like you're going to be doing in the moment. For me to sit here and explain to you how to have a conversation might be a little bit boring, even if it does pertain to the game itself. This is something that you guys can sort of learn for yourselves as you're playing. I sort of want to introduce you guys to it, and then you guys can sort of expand your knowledge by doing more research on your own. Because, like I said, this is like a 120-page document. So you got turns, you got attacking, defending phases, you got defender dice, you got setback and boost. There's a lot of stuff going on here. So this is all like the nitty gritty stuff. I'm going to skim over parts of this. This is some nice art though, man. Like, look at some of this. So you get bond points. Bond points basically make your characters more strong. Better odds. If you spend 1 bond point, you can gain 2 dice on any roll. Spend 2 to gain 3. Spend 3 to gain 4, etc. So you can use these points as well. You have strain. So you start with 0 strain, but it'll increase its stressful points throughout the story. This is when your Animon gets damaged. I'm sure this is if you lose, whatever. Oh, this alien one's really cool. There's an Annie tool, which is a multi-purpose device that all kids in Animon get access to. Depending on the setting of Animon's story, this could be a common electronic. Sorry, oh my god, I can't speak. Devices that many people use, or could be mysterious and rare, only found or given to by a chosen few, rather than electronic devices. They could be magical items, etc. What do these do? They have a limited number of functions, but as a player grows, they'll have more opportunities to upgrade them. Any tools start with the following functions. Allow travel into the world wherever Animon originate based on specific criteria. Allow Animon partner evolution. And I'm sure it can end up being like the Pokedex and stuff too. You got like a scanner, storage, map, communication, detect, XP, and leveling. So you got XP. Not much to explain with that. This thing looks sick. I'm just going to say that. But yeah, you got XP. You can earn XP. There's, you can... there's bond stuff. There's a lot of stuff, man. There's just a lot of stuff. Being the game master. I'm not gonna go too much in explaining that. Like I said, you guys want to learn about being the GM of a game? I can't help you with that. Non-player characters. So you got NPCs. You got other player characters. You got these stories that you're sort of drafting up as a group. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. This is probably going to take us right to the end. Like I said, I could spend all day going through all this. There's a lot. This very intricate game. Like I've stated previously, I'm not a person who's ever played a tabletop RPG. I would have loved to play Dungeons and Dragons growing up, like really and truly I would have. I just wasn't part of a friend circle that was into that sort of stuff. And the thing with me is I moved so much, I didn't really have that dedicated sort of friend circle. So I definitely missed out on stuff like that. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on all of this. If you are someone who is into tabletop RPGs and games of the like, let me know what your take is on this game. Let me know what this game is to you in comparison to other RPGs you've played. Also, if you're in our subscriber Discord / Monster Taming Discord, we have 3, and we made a role for them, tabletop masters. These are people who are developing tabletop games. We have 3 of them, and they've been posting like snippets and information about their games in our tabletop and card game section of our Monster Taming Discord. So now we have a section for analog games too. So this is sort of like a departure from video games like we usually cover, but it is nice because it is still part of the Monster Taming community. I would like to talk more about stuff that isn't necessarily video game related. Not often, because I'm still a very into video games kind of guy. But I wouldn't mind touching on some Monster Taming anime once in a while. I know the new Digimon Adventures anime. I've seen some of it. It's pretty sick. I know Shaman King just got a reboot, and I never watched the original, but apparently there's Monster Taming aspects to it. So all that stuff I think would be really cool to sort of cover on the channel in one way or another. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this, especially those of you who are more versed in these types of games. And yeah, Twitter will be linked in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.